Good afternoon and welcome to my live broadcast on the 17th of July 2018. It's 1:30 p.m. today and it's been a beautiful day. My name is Julz and Paekau and I live here in Auckland, New Zealand. So thank you for coming along. It's been a while off the broadcasting scene, but getting my strength back and very happy to start up with where I left off, which was on broadcast number 86. So this is my broadcast 86. Now, I am a trusted seller here within the TBC community. Now we're all now getting into a second year where we can all march forward, get our community growing, and dare I say it, we all need to cash flow. Now, this has been pointed out, but, we've been doing this for weeks. It's not as if cash flow is new to anybody. It's not. But we now need to move forward and really get stuck in. Really pick up the pace and let people know that TBC is here to stay. Now, having come back, I've been away, but I've seen an awesome post in the blog from the Whitefish Lady. Now, what I want to do is go over that post. And if I spend a half an hour on it, well, then I'm happy to do that because it's been put out there for, it's the wording and everything just fits with what's happening within the TBC community. So I want to go ahead and share my screen. And it's an awesome post. Wise words of encouragement from the Whitefish Lady, otherwise known as Carrie to the community as well. Now, Carrie has had her ups and downs in TBC as far as scammers and trolls and getting her account cleaned out, and but she soldiers on. Every day you can see Carrie going through the blog, the new ones, and if there's no new ones, she will carry on through to the a blog that she feels is recognisable. So I'd like to do that as far as her blog is concerned because it's very striking. Sometimes we just need to learn to win again. Now this line here, when I was growing up, winning was always a priority. I was a very athletic person back in the day, and winning was always the ultimate. So I played hard to get in those teams. And how I did it was because my dad couldn't afford a uniform, or he couldn't afford to send me away on trips and playing basketball, and I was in cricket, I was in softball, and he couldn't afford a uniform, he couldn't afford to pay my fees to go away on the bus. So I used to play so damn hard that the team needed me. And it got to a point that, I'd get my uniform because I put the work in. I put the hours in training, and together our team was so gelled together, we'd win because we were all poor. And so in order for us to get on those trips, we had to play hard, work hard, train hard. So I'm no stranger to this little sentence here, but yeah, times have changed, absolutely. So it's time to learn again, to win again. Can you remember being a child and having your whole life in front of you? And going back to being a child up till 12. And yes, at that age, I did have my whole life ahead of me, but I ended up being a child of the state, which meant that my father no longer had authority over me. I wanted to go to these championship games. I wanted to be an athlete, but he just couldn't be bothered. So yes, I played up. I ran away. I wanted to be able to join my friends because we were a team. Remember those big plans and big dreams that you had? And wow, when you were 12, you got the wickedest dreams. And they didn't involve being stuck in one little, what I used to call a hick town. Um, and where I was brought up was near an army camp. There were soldiers all over the place. What happened? I will tell you what happened. Somewhere between ages 13 to 25, you allowed the world, you allowed people in this world to get in your head. And I know for a fact between the ages of 13 and 25, I became very complacent, pregnant at 17. You became content with what this world handed to you, and many forgot about those big dreams. Absolutely. By 21, I had 3 children. And so therefore, I can hear somebody, just a minute. And where was I? Yes, right here. You became content with what this world handed to you, and many forgot about those big dreams. And I put my finger up, my hand up, that I lost total control and I lost total sight of what my dreams were because now I was a mum. Rushed into things, absolutely. 17, pregnant at 17 and having my first baby. Second baby at 19. So all my dreams, my hopes, my aspirations went out the window. You moved from school to the real world and joined the club of the majority. Now, I'd just like to add here, that was 17 when I had my first baby. I had gone through college. I left with no degrees, no certificates to show anything, but I loved being at school. You became robotic. Well, that's truer than true. The idea of being a housewife, a mum, at such a young age became part of a day in, day out syndrome. Robotic? Yes, absolutely. Because by the time I was age 25, I had 3 kids and carrying a fourth one. You became robotic, doing the same thing every day. You go to work. And you know what? Although I was having these children, I stayed in full-time employment. I carried my babies up till about 7 months and then stopped work for a wee bit and then back to work. Now, back in the day, we had our grandmothers, and what a blessing they were. So I could return to work. My husband, he worked at the local freezing works. They were more on strike than they were at work. That's what freezing works were all about. If I had to have it back, I would never marry anybody that works in the freezing works. They were always on strike, always on strike. And you used to see it, all us mums sitting at the strike area, bawling our eyes out because we knew there was no money coming in. And half the time, what are they fighting for? Because the water was cold, because the water was too hot. Ridiculous. It was so ridiculous, I tell you. Your time that you spend is based on the world's clock. You go to work, eat, and with what little time you have left, you spend it with your kids. And I tell you, by 25, I was such a busy mum, holding down a full-time job. And then probably about 3-4 months of the year, the husband's at home because they're seasonal or they're on strike. And so for quite some time, I was the main breadwinner. You are on the 40-year plan to retirement. You watch your life go by. Who wants out of that rat race? Well, by the time my children had left home, I was crying out for, I don't know, something was missing. I'd worked all that time. The kids had gone, so I thought I'd move across to Australia. Let's go and see what's happening in Australia. And I found work quite easily. Who wants something bigger and better for you and your family? Well, this is where it comes to a crunch. I want so much for my children. Yes, it's my fault that I went and had 9 children, all grown up and healthy and doing their own thing at the moment. But between them growing up and me being at work, I missed a lot. I missed a heck of a lot. It can all happen, but it requires one very important factor, and that's you. And where was I? There at times, and then at work a lot of the time. It is your choice to take control of your life. It's your choice to win. To learn how to win again, it requires you to step out of the norm. So I've had many years online, and many times the old sad story changed to another program. Didn't make nothing. Spent heaps, but didn't make nothing. You need to make the choice to take a chance to change your situation. Each morning and every night, evaluate your why. Your why is your driving force to succeed and win. Make it a habit to be positive and make it a habit to turn every situation that you run into as a learning experience. How awesome is that? Each morning and every night, evaluate your why. Decide to take action every day. Throw excuses out the window. There is only one thing that is stopping you from achieving any of your goals and dreams. That thing is you. If you believe you can, you will. And if you believe you can't, this will also hold true. So forget about the latter and concentrate on the you. Because times are moving real fast now. And there has been a little bit of time that I've thought, oh, the me has been left behind. So in order for me to catch up, what have I got? And what have you got? We've got the blog. The first place I came to when I first joined TBC, that day, the next day, and every day since. The energy levels have been down, but if you can just keep your eyes on the blog to keep you up to date, whether you're doing your broadcast or not, at least your knowledge base is at a level that you can keep up with what's happening within the TBC community. All those people that tell you that you can't do it, or you are a fool, are they living their dreams? Now, that little sentence there, I can honestly say, I've been told this. It's been a long month for me in this age, and I've been told several times, give it away. And a couple of them were my children. You can't handle this, Mum. How can you do treatment and do this at the same time? It's too much for you. But that's for me to say. I've been able to keep in touch. I've been able to pop in and out of broadcasts. I just haven't had the energy levels to sit up. But that's all getting sorted. It's been about 2 weeks since I did my last broadcast, but I never gave up hope. No way did I let anybody dictate what I was going to do. It's my life. I'm the director of my life. Are they offering you a solution? Why do we listen to them? If they aren't part of the solution, if they aren't supportive to you, keep moving forward. Don't get trapped by misery, as misery loves company. Isn't that just, don't get trapped in by misery, as misery loves company. And so, as 2 days ago, I had 2 daughters here. I'm so happy they're concerned about my health and everything, and yes, it is a bit taxing. But I said to them, you never once asked for my opinion when things were going wrong with you. I had to be there to help, whether I wanted to or not. And then if you didn't want me there, then I would just move away. So please, I said to my children, don't come around telling me what I can and what I can't do. I love it that you are concerned about me, but they also know how hard I strive to keep up with things because I don't take things lightly, but at the same time, making sure that my health is also being looked after. One thing I know for sure, that having good health goes hand in hand with doing TBC. To win, you need to keep fighting the good fight. Turn discouragement into encouragement. Once you create this habit, you will become unstoppable. So this says a lot for me because I've learned how to put things into place over the last month in order for me to get back to where I was. I so miss doing my broadcast. And so one thing at a time, one step at a time. So let me ask you some questions. How bad do you want it? Are you willing to take a chance to change? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? How important is your why? Take a moment and think about these things. If you have a deep desire to succeed, make that decision to start today. Appreciate the leaders and you'll get more of them. That's a good little round off. So yeah, if you have a deep desire to succeed, make that decision to start today. Okay. So that I just wanted to concentrate on that post because it says so much. It more or less described me from my from 12 to 25, because between those years I thought I had it all, but really too young to know nothing, too young to really put anything into place. I didn't know nothing at all. But now I had that opportunity to turn all that around. And the send button meeting this morning was absolutely crazy, but crazy involvement with the whole community. The chat room was alive. It was fantastic. And so I want to be able to get moving with the community. And we're a big team. We're a huge team. And sorry, I can't see the chat area, guys. I really didn't expect anybody, but thank you. I will thank whoever is in my chat room, because I just popped on here and with so much. This morning was the first time I'd actually taken notes, and which is something I'm hopeless at taking notes, but I had a damn good time from 2 o'clock New Zealand time, when the send button starts here in New Zealand, till the meeting after the meeting, and then Randy Wilson's meeting, and the few broadcasts that I managed to get into before I had to go out for the day, and I took notes. Something I never do. But valuable information from the different broadcasters. And that's value for you. And you can get to write it down and reflect back on it. So thank you so much for those that have popped into my broadcast. And I want to actually do another one later on, because what I've written in my book is also valuable to growing our community. But I'd first like to thank the Whitefish Lady for that awesome post, because I wanted to concentrate just on that post. And so, I'm here to help, like the many broadcasters that are doing it for the community. And if you feel I can help you with anything, please feel free to reach out to me. My details are below this video, and I'd be more than happy to help you in any way, shape, or form. So I just want to turn. Now I probably gone and messed it up. Just bear with me for a minute, please. Please, please, please. Actually, I'll leave it there for now, because I'll get myself organised. I absolutely will. And I'll catch up with you again. I will start to put my broadcast back onto the road. And I'm so happy that you might say I'm back in the saddle. So for now, this is Julz and Paekau, thanking you for coming along to my broadcast, and hope to catch up with you soon. Okay then, ka kite, bye for now.